News at 5.
Husker football coach Mickey Joseph leaving the Lancaster County Jail just moments ago. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. As many of you know, Joseph was arrested yesterday here in Lincoln.
This afternoon, he appeared before a judge for alleged domestic assault and strangulation. Let's get you updated. Channel 8's Philip Catafimo is live from the Lancaster County Jail with the latest. Philip?
Thank you, Megan. Just a few moments ago, former interim head coach Mickey Joseph was released out of those doors right behind me. He was represented with his defense as well. He had to pay $2,000 to be released today. In an arrest affidavit, a woman reported to police that Joseph had been verbal and physical with her at a home near 34th Street and Tree Line Drive around 2 p.m. on Wednesday. After an investigation, police arrested the 54-year-old on suspicion of strangulation and third-degree domestic assault. Today, at his arraignment hearing, Judge Lori Yardley handed down Joseph's bond and next court appearance date.
Set the bond at $20,000, 10%. You'd need $2,000 to be released. Condition of the bond is no contact with or Tree Line Drive. Were those the two conditions, Ms. Goodrow?
Yes, sir.
And will you make that bond?
Yes.
Okay, we'll set this in at 9 o'clock on January 30th.
Thank you.
Again, that next court appearance is January 30th at 9 a.m. And of course, stay here with KLKN for more updates on the story. Back to you in the studio.
Philip, thank you very much for the live report there. And in continuing news of the Mickey Joseph arrest.
New Nebraska head football coach Matt Rule appeared on the Jim Rome show today, where he was asked about his reaction to the news.
I was obviously surprised. You know, I had met Mickey once after that, scheduled to actually talk to him again yesterday, and I was just shocked and surprised, and hopefully everything's resolved in a good way. I spoke to him before all of this happened. You know, we met I kind of met with the whole staff, all the guys that had been here before, and we were scheduled to meet again yesterday. But then, obviously things have changed since then.
Now, Mickey Joseph's history with the Huskers dates back to the 1980s when he attended UNL and played as a starting quarterback.
During his junior year in 1990, he led the team to a 9-2 season under coach Tom Osborne. Joseph returned to Nebraska last December as the wide receivers and associate head coach, before eventually being named the interim head coach after Scott Frost was fired. At the time, athletic director Trev Alberts said Joseph would be a candidate for the permanent job. After the Nebraska-Iowa game last Saturday, Joseph said he respects the support of the fans and the team.
I think what I learned on this job is that I had to be a good person in front of being a good coach, because that's the only way these kids and these coaches are going to believe in me, if I was a good person.
Joseph has been coaching for over 25 years. He's now been placed on administrative leave, which is the university's policy, and that's according to a statement from Trev Alberts. In other college football news, it looks like 12 teams will have the opportunity to duke it out for the national championship in the future.
That's because the Rose Bowl has agreed to be part of it. They were the lone holdout. That means college football playoffs will expand to 12 teams starting in the 2024-25 season. The championship game will be in Atlanta in January of 2025. Happening tonight, the Husker volleyball team playing in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
The game is at 7 o'clock against Delaware State at the Bob. The Huskers are making their 41st straight NCAA tournament appearance. The winner of tonight's game will play the winner of either the Kansas or Miami game on Friday at 7 p.m. Now, all matches this week are streamed on ESPN+, which you need a subscription for. Lauren Michelson will have more coverage at 6 o'clock. In other news now, neighbors of an apartment complex in South Lincoln had to evacuate after a fire erupted on the 3rd floor.
Channel 8's Veronica Barreto was there. In fact, she went live during our midday show. She joins us here in the studio now with the latest on the fire and the damages. Veronica.
Lincoln Fire and Rescue responded to the fire that sent one person to the hospital. The fire department says the damage costs are over $200,000. Around 9:30 Thursday morning, fire alarms warned residents at the Ruskin Place apartments near South 14th Street and Old Cheney Road.
There was smoke in the hallways of this side, and apparently there's going to be smoke damage on our side.
So we kind of panicked and got out as quick as we could. Didn't really have time to grab anything.
Several Lincoln Fire and Rescue crews responded. The fire started out as a 2-alarm fire and then upgraded to a 3-alarm. One person was sent to the hospital.
Well, we did find heavy fire on the 3rd floor of the building in an apartment. We did transport one individual out of the building, unknown on any details of that, the injuries or the individual.
Even though the cause for the fire is still unknown, Lincoln Fire and Rescue says the damage amount is estimated at $250,000. Animal Control also responded to the fire, looking out for pets in the building.
There was a cat outside that was covered in smoke, and he was not doing well. He had ash, foam coming out of his mouth, and blood coming out of his mouth. I lost my jacket trying to help him out, but got him to Animal Control, so that's good.
LFR says residents voluntarily evacuated the building. They say there is smoke damage to multiple apartments.
Not really sure what's going to happen after this, but we've been told that it'll be a day or two, maybe 3 days before we can get in there just from the smoke damage.
Lincoln Fire and Rescue says the firefighters gained quick access to the apartment and extinguished the fire by opening ceilings and walls. And the cause of the fire is still under investigation. We will keep you updated with the latest at KLKNTV.com.
All right, Veronica, thank you for the coverage on that.
Well, for being the first day of December, it could have been a lot chillier out there for those fighting that fire, Rusty, but overall pretty mild day, but some gusty winds.
Yeah, very mild considering we could be a lot colder this time of year. It is December 1st. We are going to be even warmer as we head through the day tomorrow, but there's just a few clouds out there right now, especially the western half of the state. Just partly cloudy skies for much of eastern Nebraska, but a beautiful sunset once again. This is Schoen's Roofing in Beatrice at 6th Street and Perkins. A good looking evening out there and mild, 47 degrees in Beatrice, 46 in Nebraska City, 49 in Falls City, 48 degrees in Hebron, and a little cooler the further north and west you go. We got some upper 30s towards O'Neill at 39 degrees, but look at McCook, 53 degrees. So some mild temperatures out there, and the winds are starting to calm down. We're seeing winds that are out of the south at 5, 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. That will continue through tonight, up and down a little bit. A few wind gusts still, like in Norfolk and Hebron at 20 miles per hour. So the winds are dying down, but for tomorrow they will pick back up, especially in the afternoon and especially in western Nebraska. That is a high wind warning for the southwestern corner of the state and a wind advisory for the eastern third of the state. So it is going to be a windy day tomorrow eventually. Now, hour by hour, temperatures aren't going to fall off much. We'll stay in the upper 30s and lower 40s as we head through the overnight into early tomorrow morning. And the wind, unfortunately, will pick back up, especially as we head through the overnight and then into the day tomorrow with wind gusts around 20 to 30 miles per hour. So another windy day expected tomorrow, but a very mild day expected. And then we come crashing back down. More on that in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, Rusty. Thank you. Well, the U.S. might be seeing a break in inflation, according to the Commerce Department.
Inflation rose in October, about in line with estimates, but the Commerce Department says it sends a sign that price increases at least might be stabilizing. Also, the Federal Reserve says it needs to see more data, but hinted that smaller interest rate hikes may be in order here in the near future. And
some more good economic news. The cost of filling up is going down. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of gas is $3.47. That's down 12 cents from last week and 29 cents in the past month. It's also the first time the national average has been below $3.50 since February. That's when Russia started their invasion of Ukraine. Now to Capitol Hill, the Senate is expected to take up legislation to prevent a possible rail worker strike that could happen next week. President Biden is warning a nationwide rail work stoppage could harm the economy and is calling on Congress to act quickly.
2 strike-averting measures have already passed in the House, but one could face resistance in the Senate. ABC's Justin Finch has more from Washington.
Washington now working under deadline pressure to keep the nation's railways up and running with the threat of a rail workers' strike looming.
Suppliers and businesses across the nation are going to begin shutting down operations soon if they think a strike is imminent.
The White House calling on Congress to step in with the economy hanging in the balance. A rail work stoppage could cost the economy $2 billion a day based on some expert estimates, as well as potentially raise inflation and upend travel for 7 million commuters. The House pushing forward 2 bills Wednesday that the Senate is poised to take up soon. One compels workers to accept a tentative deal the White House helped broker earlier this year. The other calls for 7 days of paid sick leave for rail workers, which narrowly passed with 3 Republicans supporting it. The odds are also slim in the Senate.
I'm not going to vote to impose this on them against their will with the force of law.
President Biden saying Thursday he's committed to getting rail workers paid leave, but is focused now on stopping a strike.
We're going to avoid the rail strike, keep the rails running, keep things moving, and I'm going to go back and we're going to get paid leave, not just for rail workers, but for all workers.
Senate Leader Chuck Schumer warning Senate inaction could lead to severe consequences.
Unsafe drinking water, unusable gasoline, shuttered power plants, and a crippling shutdown of passenger rail across the country.
And the president is turning up the heat, calling for strike-averting legislation to reach his desk by Saturday, less than 1 week before rail workers could strike if no deal is reached. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Passed legislation to avert a rail shutdown. The measure can now be sent to the president to be signed into law. Obviously, we're taking a look at all the different parts of it. We'll have the very latest coming up tonight at 6 and 10 o'clock. And coming up next here on the 5, Mauna Loa's lava slowly sizzling towards civilization.
The latest on that story and your full forecast after the break.
Santa's
Now to the new threat from the largest active volcano in the world.
The lava flow from Mauna Loa is slowly making its way towards a key highway on Hawaii's Big Island. ABC's Morgan Norwood has more on the impact.
Mauna Loa's lava slowly sizzling towards civilization, with one of the Big Island's main arteries of transportation in its path. The steadily erupting volcano spewing lava towards the Daniel K. Inouye Highway, traveling at a speed of nearly 1 mile per hour. And as that flow reaches flatter land, it could slow down, but a breach could come as early as tomorrow.
The terrain is what's slowing it down, there's no doubt about it. It's also getting more distant from the vent, so it cools.
Mauna Loa is the world's largest active volcano, and it's erupting for the first time in nearly 40 years, painting the skies bright orange as the fiery lava bubbles over. In some places, authorities believe it could last up to 2 weeks.
The other big operation that we're facing is thousands of residents and visitors that are flocking to the eruption site to view this current Mauna Loa eruptions, creating a safety hazard.
Geologists say the volcano is spewing the equivalent of 10 dump trucks of lava every second, and streams are yards deep in some places. Officials are discussing potential plans to divert the lava if that threat becomes too great, but they admit it's a difficult task.
The fastest it can possibly get to the highway right now is 2 days. Will it get to the highway? I can't tell you that. Will it go to Hilo? Can't tell you that.
For now, authorities are keeping a close watch on that flow, though they don't believe there is an immediate threat to nearby communities. There's still concern about air quality due to volcanic smog. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
So a cold start to the day for just about all of us. Teens for a lot of us, like Lincoln, Nebraska City, Omaha, in the middle teens, 20 in Norfolk and O'Neill. But I want to point this out over here. This is what kind of damage snow on the ground can do to your temperatures this time of year. Snowpack, obviously right here. Alliance and Ogallala dropped to 5 and 8 degrees above zero. And notice Chadron, no snow on the ground, 20 degrees warmer. High temperatures struggled too. Chadron hit 62, but Alliance did not at 40 degrees. And you can really just see where that snowpack is at right there. So you get some snow on the ground, all of a sudden temperatures just bottom out. This is Southeast Community College at 84th and O. Clear as a bell, no snow on the ground, obviously, because temperatures are in the upper 40s and they were in the lower 50s in some spots. Southeast Community College at 48, East Campus 49, along with the airport at 49 degrees. It's fairly mild out there, and the wind speed has been dying off too. So it's a really kind of a nice early evening out there. Middle and upper 40s, 49 in Lincoln, 46 in Columbus and York and Aurora and Kearney. Anybody else at 46 degrees? Not Nebraska City at 46 degrees as well. A lot of 46s out there. Like I said, the wind, it's still out there. It's just not as breezy as it was earlier. It's out of the south at anywhere from about 8 to 16 miles per hour. This will continue to kind of level off and probably be in the teens miles per hour and gusting up towards 30 every now and then. Not much on the satellite and radar. Well, there's quite a bit on the satellite, just not on the radar. Nothing showing up precipitation-wise, which is unfortunate. We desperately need it. Now, some spots will see a chance for some snow tomorrow, but it's going to stay well to the north. Windy for the day tomorrow. I think as we get into the afternoon, the wind will really start to pick up. But there's that warm front, a big mass of warm air. We're talking temperatures in the 50s and maybe the 60s, but this cold front isn't having it and is going to put a stop to it. There's the snow on the other side of that. Valentine over towards Chadron, maybe Alliance, a few flurries into parts of South Dakota as well. That all stays to the north. This cold front will eventually push through, but I think throughout much of the day on Friday, it's looking okay until we get to Friday night into Saturday. So here's what is going to happen with the wind gusts. Now, this is 6 a.m. Friday, still up there, anywhere from 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts, but notice single digits and teens for the wind speed. But here comes that cold front, and that is going to bring changes and a lot of wind. So wind still out there in southeast Nebraska, but it's really going to pick up as we head through the afternoon. I think by 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 40, maybe even 50 mile per hour wind gusts as we head through the second half of the day. So wind advisories for the eastern half of the state high wind warnings for the southwestern corner into the Panhandle, and this is all for Friday. Tonight, temperatures well above average by almost 10 degrees. Will be between 30 and 35 degrees. 34 in Lincoln, partly cloudy, breezy. South wind most of the time at 15, but could gust towards around 30 miles per hour. And then very mild for tomorrow, but notice that colder air starting to push its way in. But I think we'll have one more warm day with temperatures in the 60s, 62 degrees, but that wind really picks up, especially in the afternoon, south at 15 to 35 miles per hour. So then we come crashing down on Saturday, 37 degrees. So we go from 62 to 37, then we moderate a little bit back to 48 on Sunday. Another 40-degree day to start the week next week, 43 on Monday, and then we cool back down on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's a very December kind of forecast where we kind of hover around that 40-degree mark, and that's really going to be the case. Unfortunately, very, very little in the way of precipitation over the next several days. We have to wait until next weekend for even a chance. So very dry for the next 10 days, but it is going to be mild tomorrow.
You know, Rusty, you're so right. Temperature-wise, not bad. The winds were a little nasty. I heard you say this the other day. I was driving around today, and I rolled the window about a fourth of the way down, and it felt good.
Yeah, it was. You could do that today. You could do it again tomorrow if you want.
Good. I'll plan on it.
All right. Thank you very much, Rusty. Split day on Wall Street today. The Dow falling nearly 200 points. NASDAQ gaining just 14. S&P was also down 4 points. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight.
And finally tonight, how do you get a huge holiday tree into a tight space?
Step 1, get 2 powerful trucks. Step 2, get her done. Jeremy Roth has tonight's Take a Look at This.
Well, the annual tree outside Rockefeller Center in New York City is up, and as always, it's a humdinger of a holiday looker. But what if you want a ginormous jolly tree like that inside a community landmark? Can't be done, you say? Nebraskans said, hold my eggnog. Video shared online by the Durham Museum shows crews tackling the tricky undertaking in the simplest way possible, hooking the 40-foot tree up to 2 big trucks and dragging her on in through the museum entrance. There's something you don't see every day. The not-so-subtle evergreen effort was even praised on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
They had to be drunk when they came up with this plan.
Is praised the right word? Hey, you know what? It worked, and the tree is up and gorgeous, and I say all's fair in love and decor. Speaking of decor, Tampa International Airport's giant flamingo needs no introduction, but it does need a name. The airport is hosting an online naming contest with prizes, including round-trip airline tickets. Submissions are welcome until December 6th, and here's a few ideas. Bingo the Flamingo, Ernest Flamingway, Bertie McFlamingo Face, and so forth. Fly like an eagle, ribbity-doo. Sorry, I can't watch this video of a beautiful rehabilitated eagle without getting all Steve Millery on you. The golden eagle was found injured in Utah and taken to the Best Friends Animal Society, and after 9 months of rehabilitation, was brought to a scenic Arizona cliff where it flew right into the future. Do-do-do-do. Take a look at this. Do-do-do-do. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Rod, did you hear Rusty during that? He got quite a kick out of those flamingo names.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I like it.
Giggling over here in the Weather Center.
They're good. I like them.
How's the weather?
Flamingo-y. I don't know. That makes absolutely no sense. Not bad. We are going to be very mild tomorrow, but windy, especially the second half of the day. Then we cool right back down on Saturday.
All right. Thank you, Rusty. Thank you for joining us.
Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you at 6.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
DQ chicken strip basket? I want in on that. House-made Hidden Valley Ranch, fries, Texas toast, and DQ chicken strips. Let's get delivery at DQ.com.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News.